these ESPN insiders. Jeremy Fowler is one of them. We're looking at the defensive line. He's got Khalil Mack, number 1 for the Bears, Chandler Jones of the Cardinals, number 2, Nick Bosa, 3, Von Miller, 4, and Myles Garrett, 5. Anybody missing? The other Bosa's missing.
Yeah, the other one's right there behind. Von Miller at his age to be there, into his 30s is pretty impressive. Has some huge seasons. Chandler Jones, I know he's mired in obscurity because he's with the Cardinals and he's not with the Patriots anymore. He's been outstanding. As far as Myles Garrett there, hey, I don't think there's a big gap between any of those guys. That's about where I would have Myles. I mean, I think Myles is fabulous. He's been one of the best draft picks the Browns have had in 25, 30 years. So the only complaint you can have about Myles is I think he lost his cool last year and sabotaged any chance they had at making the playoffs and getting a wild card spot. Other than that, when he's out there, he's performing.
Do you think people will forget that, voters and players and all that stuff? Will they forget it quickly? They understood.
Yeah,
they didn't like it, but they understood it.
I don't think they think he's a bad guy. I mean, I know that they tend to put up the highlights of him, ruining that Jets quarterback season, and now all of a sudden he's like some dirty player. We've watched Myles Garrett. He's not dirty. I think he's right about where he needs to be. I think he needs to maybe improve a little bit on consistency. Seems like on some running plays, he's just out of the play. While some of those guys, I see them being relentless. Like Khalil Mack is just everywhere. Nick Bosa could have won the MVP of the Super Bowl, and he didn't even have big sack numbers in that game.
Right.
But you knew his impact on that game. It had really slowed Patrick Mahomes down for the first 3 quarters of that game. That's how good I think Nick Bosa is. Obviously, Joey Bosa is pretty good too.
All right. Jeremy Fowler continues to talk about Myles Garrett. He says an assistant says that Garrett has first ballot, I'm talking Hall of Fame here, first ballot ability and completely dominates whole games at times, as evidenced by his 26% pass rush win ratio. But that dominance comes and goes. In 10 games last year, Garrett, well, I think this is explainable, Garrett had 0 sacks with 4 of them and 2 or more 3 times. If he's going to go early, he's unstoppable, the coach says. So Jeremy Fowler's looking at Hall of Fame potential here.
Well, you want to see more of the dominant games like he had against Big Ben a couple of years ago when, he was all over the place and really, really just made big play after big play. I need more of those games because he's got the talent. Nobody's sitting there thinking he doesn't have the talent. I don't know if he's as relentless as some of those guys on that list. Like I see Khalil Mack, if you watch him the whole game, he is consistently back there. And it's not all about sack totals. I know we get crazy with sack totals. Myles Garrett's going to sack a ton of quarterbacks. He's going to have a ton of sacks. I'm not worried about that whatsoever with him. Right. He's a really good player. Browns should be happy they have him. Hopefully he can stay on the field the whole year this year.